Hey, hi, everybody. Mary Ellen Harper here from Learn Bridge Online with Marla Lawson, who was just at a regional. And Marla and I were talking, and she has a really interesting hand we can talk about.
Yes, definitely.
Yes. And did you play the hand or what
I
happened?
did.
You
Yes,
did.
I did. And it was a bit of a bidding conundrum and very, very interesting to look at. So I thought we could all look at it together.
Awesome. Yeah, I think that would be a great idea. I'll pull that. And we just have
There we go.
the layout of everybody's cards to talk about.
Okay, so
So,
I'm West. Okay.
okay.
And so South's the dealer, pass, and look at North's hand. They've got, a truckload of hearts. And they figured, well, my partner's passed, so we don't have a slam going or anything. I'm just going to bid 4 hearts. So the auction starts, pass, 4 hearts by North. And then there's my partner sitting east. And he's got a pretty nice hand and pretty much everything except hearts. And I could see him thinking about it for a minute, like, because he'd like to play in spades, right? Everyone's preference is to play in the major.
Right.
But for all he knows, I could have no spades.
Right.
And so he's like, well, I got all the other 3 suits. I'll let Marla pick. So he doubles.
Ooh.
Now, at this level, the 4 level, sometimes there's some ambiguity. Okay, is this double supposed to be for penalty or for takeout? And what I've been learning in the last couple of years is, for the most part, you should, like when it's the first double made, you should always assume that it's takeout, pretty much, unless you've got other kinds of fancy agreements.
That's good because you're right. At the 4 level, I would have thought probably penalty, but you're right. Okay.
Yeah,
So
because nobody's bid anything else anyway. So I figure, okay, this is probably for takeout. So South just passes, and it's back to me. And so if, like when you make a takeout double and your partner makes a takeout double, you're supposed to bid your longest suit. Well, guess what? My longest suit is hearts.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, whoa. And I thought about bidding 4 spades. I have to bid the 4 level if I'm going to bid, or the 5 level if it's a minor. Because of course you'd rather play in spades. And I thought, well, partner probably has spades, but what if he's only got 4 spades? Playing in a 4-3 fit isn't necessarily the end of the world, but I don't know that I want to do it at the 4 level.
Right.
And I just kind of cringed, and I passed.
So how many points? You only have what, 8 points?
8 points. Right. And so what we've been taught is if partner makes a takeout double, you are supposed to bid. And, if you have less than 8 points or whatever, bid your longest suit at the cheapest level. If you have invitational values, you jump a level, etc. And that if you if you pass a takeout double, I've been told this is the most aggressive action in bridge. Do I look like an aggressive person?
No.
And I've been told that if you're going to do that, you have to have a lot of trump and a lot of points. I have a fair amount of trump. I got 5 trumps, but I don't have a lot of points. And I really struggled. And I thought to myself, if my partner doubled, he's got to have value somewhere.
Right.
I'm pretty sure my ace of spades is 1 trick. I got some shortness in clubs and a lot of trump. Maybe I can rough something and get us 2 tricks. If he can get us 2 more, we set them. And I gave him a heart attack, by the way, when I passed. He told me later. But I passed.
Oh.
And, so they're in 4 hearts doubled.
Did they make it?
No.
Oh.
We set them by 2. Because if you look, you can see. So I don't remember in what order he did this. But my partner East cashed 2 spade tricks and 2 diamond tricks pretty much right off the top. So they're down 1 immediately.
Yep.
And then because I have 5 trump. Now, granted, like 5 trump sounds like a lot, except that if, they opened 4 hearts, they've got to have 7 or 8 of them. So they still have more trump than I do. But I for sure got my jack of hearts at some point.
Yeah.
So I might have even gotten a second heart, but I don't remember how that could have happened. But they're definitely down 2 for sure.
Do you happen to know if anybody played 4 spades?
Yes, some people did play 4 spades. Some people made it. Some people went down. And if you look at it for like, you have all the trumps covered. And if you pick the master hand, which is the hand with more trump, that would be East. So East doesn't have any spade losers. They don't have any diamond losers, but they've got quite a lot of club losers. Right. And so I think the way to make this is you have to get rid of the club losers either by, voiding west of clubs and roughing before you draw trump, or set up the 5-card suit. And I don't know what other people did. When I was playing around with it on my own later, I figured, okay, let's set up the 5-card suit. But it's challenging because you have to lose the lead twice. And when you lose to North, of course, they want to tap you with your trumps. And so they're going to play more hearts that you have to rough in the long trump hand. And when South gets in, they're going to play a trump because they want to get rid of your trumps. But it is possible to set up the 5th club. And so then you take, your 5 spades, 3 diamonds, and 2 clubs.
So I have a question though. Like you said, when he bid 4 hearts and then your partner doubled, you didn't know if it was for takeout or for...
I assumed it was for takeout. And especially since I have 5 hearts of my own, I figure partner's got to be really short in hearts.
Right.
So I would always assume if it's the first time that, a double that partner's bid and it's a double, I always assume that it's takeout, even if it's at a high level.
Okay. So I guess that's another takeaway from this is make that assumption, because that's a very gray area. I wouldn't have known what to do there.
And also something that I've been told is if your partner doubles and you're not sure, it's like when in doubt, probably bid. Unless you have a good read, like here, like I thought, well, it's risky, but we can probably set them because I have 5 trump. And I figured, okay, so even if they've got ace, king, queen, my jack should set up and I've got an extra one. And partner's got to have value somewhere. So hopefully we can take at least 4 tricks.
Right.
Good.
I think this is a very interesting... I'll move it so we can chat together. I think that would have really blown my mind if I were you at the table.
I stressed about it. I did stress about it. And as I said, I gave my partner a heart attack. The first of 3 instances when I gave him a heart attack during the video.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, but this is it's another example. This is one of the beautiful things about bridge is it could be right to leave the double in and set them.
Yep.
It could be right to bid 4 spades and make 4 spades. If you can make 4 spades.
Right. Yeah. It's all about judgment, isn't it? And then just, I guess, playing enough to kind of have encountered a situation like that, and maybe you can go on that and say, oh yeah, I've played something like this before.
And it's not, and sometimes people get caught up in thinking about, is this right or wrong? And it's not necessarily right or wrong. In some cases, one action will work out better, and in some cases, another action will work out better. And you just you make your best decision based on the information that you have available to you, and then try to make it work.
That's great advice. Thank you, Marla. I think that was fascinating, and I hope everybody watching thought it was as interesting as I did, because I honestly wouldn't have known what to do. I would have been like, But thank you. That was so great. And
good.
And for anybody out there, LearnBridge Online, you can follow Marla, and Marla's teaching a course currently.
Yep, on Thursdays.
So, yes, so more information to come. All right. Thanks
Very
everybody.
much.
Thank you, Marla.
Bye.
Bye.